before we played that track, you remember Karl was on the, teetering on the cusp of telling us why he's annoyed at going all night. I assume you mean...
Relations.
Yeah.
What do you mean? What annoys you about that? What?
Sexual relations all night.
The concept. Or people keep you up. Is it your next door neighbours or something?
No, just that thing of people who say, oh, was that it all night last night?
Who says that to you?
You know, lads who think they're, think they're a bit of a lad and think that means it's good.
What, like Sting in his tantric sex?
Sting.
Yeah.
Well, to be fair, it goes for 8 hours, but only 3 minutes of that is going for it. The other sort of, 7 and a bit is sort of laying next to each other, isn't it?
Right.
Or sometimes in a different room.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that why it's called Sting?
Hey?
Well, if you're at it all night, bet it.
It's gonna sting.
Yeah.
So what's your problem with this notion of going at it all night?
It's just that thing of, get it done right the first time. Do you know what I mean? Get it done.
Yeah, get in, get out like the SAS.
Once you've done it, you've done. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no fanning around.
No messing about. So, it's just that, isn't it? It's like, do it right the first time. Once you've washed up, right, you put the pots away, you don't dirty them again.
What a lovely analogy.
That's one of the great
Is that
metaphors.
what you say to Suzanne? Come on, love. Once you've washed up.
I've already washed up.
You don't dirty the pots again. God.
What a romantic
Ding dong.
song.
Hello, is there a fire? Oh. Hello. Did he have a moustache, the fireman?
Oh.
And of course, Karl stays hard by looking at firemen.
Indeed, we've also learnt that.
Well, that's not true.
Well, you did.
Yeah. All we know is that you saw a fireman and it didn't seem to affect your erection.
We avoided saying erection
In fact,
for 2 hours.
if anything, it prolonged it, from what we can
We've
tell.
avoided saying erection for 2 hours, and then he just
Healthy young man.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, no, I'm sure he was. But
Firemen keep Karl hard.
Oh, here he is. Look.
Here he is.
Come in. He's...
How have you... Oh, God.
I don't believe that.
Oh, that's pathetic.
I do not believe that.
That's absolutely pathetic.
Now, they won't believe this, will they?
No.
Right,
No.
if I say that Jonathan Ross just got his massive member out, and he is a big lad, come and sit down.
I've got your tickets, Mr. Gervais.
Thank you.
What's going on here, then? I mean, why are you dropping off tickets?
Well, because, in the spirit of the Comedy Awards, we like to have the rising young stars of the British Comedy Awards.
That's right,
Yeah.
and that's me.
Well, we couldn't find any this year, so we've asked Vicky whether he would sit in the rising young star seat, and I wanted to deliver the tickets personally, so there's no excuses if he doesn't turn up later.
Yeah.
I always suspected that you were sort of pretty well endowed.
Yeah.
And now we've seen. It's on webcam.
That was just one of my cocks.
You hate nudists, don't you?
Nudists. I don't understand what it's all about at the end of the day. And here's something, right? Do you know, like, when you're a bloke nudist, right? Do you ever get any who just have, like, a small knob?
I don't know. I don't understand the question.
What's that? What's your point?
Well, are there any blokes who are knocking about who just have a normal-sized knob, or maybe a bit smaller than normal, who are happy wandering about showing off what they haven't got, if you know what I mean?
I don't think nudists are just doing it because they're so proud of their knob.
No, but there's got to be a little bit of that in it, isn't there?
Why?
Say like Jonathan Ross, right? He's nipped to see you now and again and what have you.
He's what?
He sort of nipped in to see you now and again. He's always happy getting his knob out because he's known to have this big knob, right?
What do you mean he's
showing
known?
it off.
Why is Jonathan Ross known to have this big knob?
No, he just talks about it a lot, doesn't he? He's always saying about, but you'd like this, wouldn't you? And all
But that's
that.
like me, I'm known for being a great lover. I say it a lot, it's clearly not the case. What
Yeah,
evidence
but-
have you got that he's got a big
No,
knob?
but the difference is he's happy to keep getting it out. It's different sort of me walking about going, I've got a big one and all that, but no one ever sees it. But Jonathan sort of, he's always getting it out, isn't he?
Have you seen him get it out before?
He did get it out, but I wasn't looking.
What do you mean you weren't looking? How do you know it was out?
Just because he sort of was moving it about and that, and I could sort of
So
see. No, I wasn't looking though. It was that sort of thing where you can see something moving about, but you're like, I'm not looking at it.
What, like an owl seeing a mouse?
What I mean, it doesn't matter. All I'm saying is.
So no, let's get back to this. You remembering vividly Jonathan Ross's penis?
No,
Yes.
I don't mean that.
Why were you looking at his penis?
I wasn't looking though.
Well, it was clearly not meant to be looked at.
I'm just saying, most blokes who, nudists, they must be pretty confident in themselves to, getting it out. And I wasn't looking. It's just that. I mean, I looked once.
Okay, what was it like?
What? Sorry, you looked at Jonathan's once?
No,
or?
I was looking at another one.
What?
At the same time?
No.
Why are you looking at loads of men's
What's
penises?
going on? Where are you
Because
going?
it's
What is
natural.
this?
It's natural. That's what I'm saying.
What do you mean? This
As a
is
bloke-
Carl takes a sneaky look at menscocks.com.
No, what I'm saying is, it's natural.
Where was this happening? You were in a gym.
No.
A lot of guys are getting changed, and you were just checking out their knobs.
You're at your bedroom window with a pair of binoculars.
No.
Yeah.
I nearly did. Nearly broke my back.
Jeez.
Once. My dad said I better can't kick me out. And I said I better can. And
I don't remember this. You didn't tell me this one.
I bet it can, what?
I was in the garden summer's day, and it was that era when like doing kung fu and all that was really popular.
Sure.
And I was like messing about in the garden, punching the tree and stuff. And my dad said,
What a kid he must have been.
my dad said, I bet you can't kick your height.
Kick your height? What,
yeah.
you mean kick as high as yourself?
Yeah, so I must have been like 5 foot or something then. And I said, of course I can. So I bet you can't. But instead of doing it on the grass, I did it on like the concrete bit. Kicked it, actually did it. I went, there you go. But didn't like get my foot down quick enough and land on
you
my back.
paused to say, there, I've done it.
Yeah.
As opposed to putting your foot back on the ground.
And landed on my back, and I'd still get back trouble now.
Do you?
Because they say that, don't they?
So, to cut a long story short, he gave me about 4 or 5 near-death experiences, and he went, and the whole point of this, he went, so that's why I think I'm gonna die of something horrible, like cancer. And I went, why? He went, right, you ready for this?
Yeah.
He said, well, I don't check my balls. Wait. He said, I don't like the feel.
Carl, always check your balls.
Do you
I
check
don't like the
yours?
feel. Why don't you like the feel of your own balls?
They just, I mean, you know that I don't like bodies anyway.
Right.
Do you know what I mean? It worries me a bit that you've got all that going on in your body, right? And your skin's keeping it all in place.
Stop. We're going down a whole other avenue of discussion. Let's play a track, let's come back to it.
Oh, if I never knew when I was going to die, and I was definitely going to die in my sleep, what a brilliant life you'd have. Do you know what I mean?
What, so you don't get an illness, but one night you go to bed and...
I know that if you knew you were going to die in your sleep and never knew when you were going to die, it wouldn't matter if it was tomorrow or 30 years' time. It wouldn't matter, would it?
Yeah.
I've lost you, haven't I? I've lost you somewhere. I can't, I thought that was pretty easy, all that. I said die in your sleep and not know when you died. There was no high concept there. No sleight of hand linguistically. Where did I lose you?
I think you lost him on sleight of hand linguistically. Just then. You've lost him again.
Yeah, I think that's the way I'd want to go. I don't want to know about it. That's why I don't go to the doctors or anything.
That's a good,
Brilliant
good approach.
And do you know, remember him saying he's gonna die of cancer because he doesn't check his balls. He doesn't like the feel.
Of course.
What do they feel like, your balls?
Like a wet chamois leather.
With 2 marbles, 2 kumquats in a wet chamois leather.
No, but I just...
Why are they wet? Sweaty.
No, they're not. I'm just saying smooth.
Are they smooth?
Yeah, because a chamois leather's smoother when it's...
Do you shave them?
No, I don't.
In case a fireman pops round, you want to look your best. It looks like your head. You know, the fireman pops round, there you are, and he goes, oh, nice, smooth.
So you never go to the doctors? What even?
I don't like it.
But if you found some buboes under your arm or something,
I'd wait for a bit, and I'd say to Suzanne, what do you think of that?
just see if it develops into plague.
Well, yeah, because you know, don't you?
Old bandages round your head.
Yeah.
And a bell.
Yeah.
Suzanne, where you out? Can you get me a bell?
Exactly.
Brilliant.
I remember telling a story on XFM, and I'll tell you the story. You've heard it, but I'll tell you. What it was, I used to live in just a little 1-room sort of bedsit with my girlfriend, sort of in it was sort of like 80s or, and it was just awful. It was 1 room, and we had a bed, and it's sort of like the kitchen was the bedroom. So our bed, literally,
The kitchen was the bedroom?
Yeah, it was the bed in there, and then it was just 1 room we had. That's all we could afford. Yeah,
Bit like
and so we
mine.
had. Yeah, and so you know, you were sleeping in bed, your head was by the fridge and the sink was by your feet, and you had to go out and down the stairs to a communal toilet. So obviously, I'm a man, I could just pop out of bed, on tiptoes, the sink was quite high, and have a little wee in the middle of the night. So foot in my clothes, and that's fine.
Into the sink, not the fridge?
Into the sink, yeah. So, that was fine. And, sometimes I'd just hear Jane go, oh, at least run the tap afterwards. And I go, alright, run the tap, right? And I just remember once, going at least take the dishes out first. Because I used to sort of lift, if it was just full of dishes, I used to lift them up and sort of like aim underneath it, and then, right, it was quite hygienic. It was, you know, but...
What do you mean it was quite hygienic?
Well, I was tired.
What world is it quite hygienic?
I was tired and drunk. And, yeah, and it was just it was a horrible place. And we had mice.
You urinate quite a lot, don't you? You have a problem with urination after
Well, I worry about getting caught, like on a tube. I have to, you know, I don't take tubes anymore.
Well, I listen to my dad's advice is never pass the toilet and not use it, because you never know when you might have to use one again.
That is exactly mine,
you might not see one for a long time.
Oh, but anyway, sorry, what I was going to say was, Jane's mum was listening.
What's that story, when you told that story?
And I said, I heard Ricky's doing that, so the story about weeing in the sink. As you no. He makes an awful lot up. He makes an awful lot up. Yeah, that's what we have to say. No, I was joking. You know, I didn't mean it. So, you know, I think I got away with it. Although Mum did watch me every time I went out to the kitchen when I was at her house. You right? Yeah, just go to. Right,
do you want a corned beef sandwich? No. If so, just I'll have it on some newspaper.
Over there, Ricky. I know the toilet's over there. Okay, all right. Well, I remember once, right?
God. Was this when you were a child?
Sort of.
How old?
26.
Okay.
And oh god. Oh, it's another story involving. Anyway, right, once.
Just wasn't a sink handy.
Oh god.
Come on, Gervais.
Well, once I went to stay. Went down to Brighton with Jane for a party, her sister's party, and we were staying at her parents' house. Her parents were away, and first of all, I got too drunk. I don't think I'd known her very long, might have been. And I remember it was a fancy dress party, and I didn't go to fancy dress, but I remember laying on the floor trying to trip people over because I was so drunk.
The sort of thing that's hilarious if you're drunk.
Yeah, imagine Jane going, "Oh, that's my boyfriend. I'm so proud to all her family." And then we got a cab. I got a cab journey home to her that I didn't remember, and apparently the cab driver going, "Is he all right?" Because I was going, "I'll be sick. I'll be sick." And going, "Yeah, he's fine." Then I laid on the bathroom floor, and Jane timed it. It was 45 minutes. Me singing "Right by Your Side" by the Eurythmics. And then I went to bed, and apparently I got up in the middle of the night, walked round the bed, and just thought the bed was a toilet. And Jane said, "Ricky!" I went, "What?" She went, "You're pissing on me." I went, "Well, don't need to wake me up." And then just got back to bed.
You urinated on the bed?
Alright, yeah.
Bit of hip hop.
Oh, man alive.
More, revelation. We were talking about it last week, but Karl brought it up again, just now. Didn't want to go to the doctors, didn't want to have a full sort of body checkup that may save his life, because he saw on the website they do a test where they have to insert a finger in his arse.
Well, don't tell me about it.
Why?
Don't put it on the website. Just we look at your heart.
Yeah.
We check your blood pressure out.
Yeah.
And then they could just do it quickly. Could just sort of say, right.
How can they do it quickly?
No, but what I'm saying is, it's worse, isn't it? Going in there, knowing that. I mean, they've got it on the website. So you're on the journey on the bus thinking, in about 20 minutes I'm gonna have a finger up my arm.
But they're doctors.
Yeah, but
they're not doing it for a laugh. They're not filming it with a two-way screen. They're not putting on boxing gloves so it hurts more. They're up. Oh, his prostate's all right. Out again. Out again.
I'm just saying, in the day, the sort of.
Do you think they're in the pub going, "Here he comes"? It's Pilkington. I have my finger up his arse today.
Do they allow ladies to do that? Do they allow female doctors to do it?
Of course they do. They're doctors.
No, that's worse. Though.
You're sounding like him.
No, I'm just interested in, because, you know, do they allow female doctors to do the finger up the arse thing?
Well, of course they do. They're doctors. Forget the female and male. They are doctors.
Right. Do you know any female doctors to do that? But what I mean is, isn't it a bit like if you're being searched at an airport you know, and you're a woman, they send in a woman person to search you. They don't send in a bloke to do it. Is that the same thing?
Yeah, they probably trust someone who's gone through 6 years medical college not to be taking the piss as opposed to a fat security guard who couldn't get anything else. Do you know what I
What are
mean?
you talking about? There's doctors all the time coming out in the papers, they gave them this so they could look at their boobs or whatever, or, you know, it's all you're always hearing stuff about dodgy doctors.
But what I'm saying is, the reason why they do that security, because there's lots of security people, and they can, you know, for your own, you know, for your own modesty, there's a female one to search females and a male one to search males, and that's fine. But there's not like 4 or 5 GPs to choose from, and you go in there and you go, is it your arse and testicles? Do you want a bloke or, you know,
What about
you accept
got
it.
long fingernails?
They don't have long fingers. What do you think this female GP looks like? She's sitting behind the desk like Cruella de Vil, with cleavage and long red false nails, going, "Hello, love, bend over. This may hurt a little bit." There's gloves and Vaseline. I don't believe there's 2 of you now in the room. Carl, they're doctors. They have to. What would you rather than put the hand down your throat and round your alimentary canal to feel your arse? It's a quicker way in.
You seem to know a lot about these doctors and stuff fingers off people's asses. You're a very well-informed gentleman about this sort of thing.
Well, say if they did find something.
Yeah.
Would you then have to get, like, a second opinion, so someone else's finger?
Well, no. They test it to see if there's anything suspicious. That it's usually a swollen prostate, which can be anything. So you know, they catch it early, and that's it. They feel up there.
But if you want a second opinion, then the same doctor will just stick a thumb up and have a feel around then. So it always works in the same way.
Yeah.
Well, if there's a doctor who can, I don't know, put me at ease. I mean, surely there's another way around it. I don't believe that. I mean, what is this? 60 million people or something in the world, isn't there? 60 billion or something?
Well,
6 billion, something?
Yes, you got it.
Right.
You hit it. Well done.
That's good work.
Right, so yeah, there's 6 billion, did I say?
Yeah, what's 6 billion then?
Loads, isn't it?
Yeah, but
So if you want a doctor to phone up to assure you that the finger at the bum thing is not painful and that it's necessary, and
Just
that
that
it's
it's
not just someone
necessary,
trying to
really.
get
Just that it's not an easy way round.
Alright,
You
what's
know
the
what I
phone
mean?
number here?
It's, changed, haven't they?
oh,
You're the
Hang on a minute,
producer!
here it is. 0871 222 1049, and I think you select option 1. It tells you anyway what to do.
please, if you're a GP, or if, you know, even if you've completed medical, I mean, we want a qualified doctor, really. Anything else is not good enough for Karl Pilkington. Just we'd love to you can ask him all the other questions, because, you know, Karl, as I said last week, he doesn't, feel his own testicles, because he doesn't like the feel.
Yeah.
So, you know, I'd like a doctor to explain to him how necessary that is.
And this is truthful as well, I've got a very slight pain around the genital area at the moment, and I think it might be some kind of groin strain, but I'm a little bit anxious, not entirely sure
Yeah,
what it is.
you've been with me twice when I've gone along to get them checked.
Yeah.
And I go, oh, what's that?
Yeah.
It's terrible. I mean, but, you know, it's usually, I think you're in a pretty low risk, aren't you?
I'd hope so.
You're coming out of the 20s. I think testicular sort of, I shouldn't be doing this, I'm not qualified. All they said was to me sort of like it's 20s and 50s.
Mine-
So we're in.
Mine sort of felt like they dropped a bit the other week when I was on holiday. I don't know if that's like when you're relaxing or wearing shorts a lot.
How far? If it's 2 foot, it's too far.
I was having problems walking.
What do you mean? Why?
It was just a bit, I had shorts on all day, I'm happy and walking about on the beach and what have you. And then, at the night, when I put some long trousers on, I was sort of walking like a rickets.
They probably like stretch a little bit. Sometimes, I told you when I was about 18, I was scared. I went to the doctor. I felt a pain, right? And because I was doing biology, I thought I'd show off this doctor. I said, I've got a pain. I think it feels like it starts in the epididymis and goes up through the urethra either. And he went,
Finger up the arse.
he said, your jeans are too tight. They're squashing your balls. So we want a doctor like that.
So what's the phone number again?
It's 0871 222 1049.
A qualified
What do you
doctor.
mean your balls dropped though? We've got to come back to this.
I don't know, they just felt like, it's not too bad at the moment. I was alright on the way in, but it was just,
I feel twinges all the time, but you never know whether it's just because they're in.
but they felt like they weren't my own. Do you know what I mean? They sort of felt a bit like these.
There wasn't a bloke standing really close to you, was there?
You did get them mixed up just on the way back. On the flight back. Someone else has got
Take a leaf out of nudist books. They just walk round. They've got nothing on it.
About nudists.
Why?
Well, let's play this ad break and that. And
Have you had another encounter?
if we've got time, I'll tell you about it.
Have you really?
Well, but in this day and age, with all the technology and that, and like brainy doctors and all that, the only way to find out is sticking a finger up there.
What are you worried about, Carl? Is it fundamentally that this doctor who's has done 6 years medical training, is it embarrassing to have a man's finger up your ass?
I just don't understand how you can get round to that without...
But what don't you like? Is it fundamentally you don't like anything up your ass, or is it the fact that it's a man's finger up there?
I don't like going to the doctors. It makes me nervous, because I think if anyone searches you long enough, they're going to find a fault with you, right? And especially if they're going that far into you. They're going to find something. And...
Probably not.
Well, you know, I just don't... I don't know how to get round to that sort of... that point where you get a... What do you talk to the doctor about? He's like, alright, nice day. Strap your trousers.
He goes, he says, I'm gonna just,
Most people just shut up and let you do it, and then breathe a sigh of relief when you say there's nothing there.
Yeah.
But is that at the end of the test, or is that the first thing he does?
It's the last thing.
So that trousers up out the door.
Because he knows it ends conversation. He knows it's a bit of a faux pas. The doctor says, "Oh, I better not kick off with a finger up the arse." What I do is I'll start on with the the head, and then we're down and go. Oh, one final thing, Mr. Pilkington.
So Rob,
he drops his keys and he goes, "Pick them up." And as you bend over,
will you be doing this, Rob? Is this what you're like open to do? You do all these.
I'll have to do it at some point. All doctors do it at some point, no matter what they specialise in.
So the first one, is another doctor there to sort of make sure you're doing it right?
Not dentists.
No, but do you know...
Dentists aren't doctors anyway.
But do you know what I mean? Like, normally it's like a co-pilot will have someone with them for the first one. So when you put your first finger in...
Yeah.
Will someone be there going, right, you just want to move to the left of it?
I've already done it.
Have you?
Yeah. So that's the thing with a student, you're learning. So you get people teaching you.
And you learn on...
these things.
Can I just point out, Rob, I think I'm right in assuming that, you have a glove on.
Yeah.
And there's lubrication.
Yeah.
And it doesn't hurt.
No.
There you go. What are you worried about, Carl?
Who's this person who everyone's testing on in your class?
It's not one person!
One person. There's like, when a patient comes in and they've got a problem, your boss, the consultant, he does his finger up, and if he finds something, he goes to the patient, is it alright if the student has a feel as well? Then the student puts on a glove, puts some lube on the glove, and sticks his finger up, and sees what he comes out with.
Rob, I wish you could see Carl's face. I mean, his face when you said, and he says, can this fella have a go as well? He looked horrified. That he thought it was a free-for-all, like there's a queue of people trying on gloves, and going, let's have a go. That looks good up there. What have you found?
No, but I mean, how come you had to sort of... Is it not something you could test on yourself rather than waiting for other people to come in? Because then,
It's an awkward position to get to, really, isn't it?
Well, but you can have a good rummage then without feeling too awkward, but to sort of have a go on your first patient when you don't really know what you're looking for anyway. Do you know what I mean?
Never really thought about it.
Because you don't... If you've never done it before... You pop your finger in there, and you've got to sort of look. You've got to have an expression on your face, like you know what you're finding.
Well, they can't see what you look. They can't see your face.
There. You got the big boss consultant there going, now move your finger there, and you'll probably feel this because he's just done it. He knows what's there.
Well, what? Oh, so he's already had a go. He's had a feel, and he's going right. If you feel to the right, that's the conglomeracy or whatever.
The conglomeracy, yeah. Its conglomeracy is in perfect working order.
Well, that's... I'm still...
Thank you, Rob. I'm sorry you had to go through this. Carl is probably the worst patient you'll ever encounter in your medical career. Good luck with your finals, and thanks very much.
And do you know any female doctors who do this? Or?
Thank you. XFM 104.9. Thank you.